Michael, I think you guys had allowed 63 points defensively through three quarters. Outside of that fourth quarter, what did you like the most about the defense tonight?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of things that I liked. You know, to hold that team to 93 points, only 40 from the field, 33 from the three-point line, which is below their 39% in the playoffs. And probably the most impressive defensive stat was only 2 free throw attempts. I think we got there 20 times, and we know Jimmy Butler is one of the best in the business at getting to the foul line. So 2 free throw attempts, I thought our guys did a great job of defending without fouling. And to your point, I felt for 3 quarters our defense was where it needed to be. Fourth quarter, 60% allowed, 30 points. And I think it's, as I told our players, you know, we're up 1-0, that's great, but we have to close games out. We're up 21 to start that fourth quarter, and they open up with a quick 8-0 run. Turnover, layup. We missed a few open shots against the zone, give up some threes. So in the finals, man, you can't pick and choose when you want to play. We got to play much closer to 48 minutes.
Second row on the right.
Coach, to win another game one, to set that tone again in a series, you guys have continuously done that in the postseason. How helpful has it been to do that, and how impressive, what is it tonight?
Well, that was one of my last messages to our group before the game. You know, I reminded our group, if they didn't know, that Miami went into Milwaukee and won game one. They went into the Garden in New York City and won game one. They won game one up in Boston. So we did not want them coming in here, taking control of the series on our court. To your point, we've done a hell of a job all season long of protecting our home court. I don't think we've lost a game at home in the playoffs as of yet. And we know Sunday night's going to be a hell of a challenge. So proud of our guys for going out there and getting the win. Michael Porter, double-double. Jamal Murray, double-double. Nikola, triple-double. I felt Aaron Gordon's play on both ends of the floor in that first half really set the tone. And I thought Bruce was really good off the bench. You know, so this was everybody stepping up, doing their job, but knowing that we can all be a lot better come Sunday.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned that Aaron Gordon set the tone. Can you talk about just what has impressed you the most about the sacrifice that he has made for this team and the defense that he's played against some of the best guys in the league throughout the postseason?
Yeah, I think Aaron, you know, we always talk about Nikola embodying, you know, Nuggets culture. And I think Aaron Gordon is, you know, a prime example of somebody who is truly selfless. He understood with Jamal and Michael coming back this year, being healthy, that his role was going to change. He never once fought it. He's embraced it from day one of this season and gone out there, whether it's guarding Karl Anthony Towns, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and now obviously guarding a guy like Jimmy Butler. He does a lot of the dirty work for us. And a lot of times, you know, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And they were switching early on, and I felt he was really big in terms of sitting down in front of the rim, scoring in the paint, finishing at the rim. And then again, just, you know, his effort on the defensive end was just another example of his importance to our group.
Again, this side in the front.
Coach, Bam was getting loose off Miami's pick and rolls against the drop. Is the answer to play him tighter going forward?
Well, you got to read the game. You know, if you're giving up tough mid-range contested twos, you know, that's better than them getting a lot of open threes. Obviously, we can do a better job of contesting some of those mid-range shots that Bam was getting. And then I think we have to mix up our levels. You know, to your point, you know, Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent, they hit a couple of pull-up threes. And, you know, I was imploring our guys, imploring Nikola to be up higher. And when you do that, now Bam gets behind you, and you have to trust your low man and trust your weak side help. And in that fourth quarter, I felt once we were at the level, I thought we had some pretty good examples of helping on that role and disrupting their offense.
On the right, Mark Spears.
Mark Spears, ESPN's Landscape Coach. I don't know how much you worried about the potential rust, but with so much emphasis on Joker and Jamal, how much did Aaron's early scoring get past that potential rust and spark you guys in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, it was, as I said earlier, Mark, I felt Aaron really kind of set the tone on both ends of the floor for us. And he's done that all year long, you know, whether it's in transition versus a cross match, sitting down, posting up a smaller guy, sealing him in the paint, going up strong. They switched a few of the pick and rolls early, sitting down, posting up, finding him, and then giving us a great defensive effort against, you know, arguably, you know, one of the best players in the NBA right now in Jimmy Butler. So, Aaron, like we're a team, you know, and give Bam Adebayo credit. He did a really good job of making Nikola's catches hard. He fronted him a lot in that first quarter throughout the game. And so we need the other guys to step up. And if you're going to take away Nicola, then find a way to get somebody else open and let them get off. And Aaron obviously benefited from that and did a hell of a job. I really wasn't, and the reason I say that was because end of the regular season and before we played game 1, round 1 against Minnesota, we had the same thing. We had like a week to get ready. And for much of that week, like this series, we didn't know who we were playing. But our guys were so locked in going into that game 1, and I felt since we got back to practice after that Lakers series, our guys have been the same way, man. They've been so locked in every day in practice. I haven't had to push them, encourage them. They're bringing it. And tonight, obviously, was great to see after such a long break, getting off to the start that we did.
Third row in the aisle over here.
Coach Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. You mentioned the effort to take away Nicola early. You guys go up 17 at halftime. He's only taken 3 shots and was still able to control the game with his passing, closes it out, 8 points in the last 4 minutes. What does it show about the way Nicola can control the game just in a variety of different aspects?
Well, I think that's the beauty of Nicola. You know, I mean, I learned a long time ago the defense tells you what to do, and Nicola never forces it. And so if they're going to give him that kind of attention, he had 10 assists at halftime, I believe. Well, he's going to just pick you apart. And now it's up to the other guys to step in and make shots. And, you know, I think it was the fourth quarter. We got into the bonus early. And so I was trying to post him up, get him the ball, try to screen Bam so he could catch the ball in a scoring area and then let Nicola do what he does. But to your point, Dan, I think that's Nicola never tries to impose his will or force things that aren't there. He's going to read the game. He's going to make the right play. And most importantly, he's going to make every one of his teammates better.
On your right, Ramona.
You know, he ends up finishing as your leading scorer at the end of this. And do you think any of that even matters to him in terms of, like, you know, Dan asked you, took 3 shots. Like, does he need to score to get involved or to feel involved in the game? Or is it simply like he'd almost prefer to have 10 assists at halftime?
Yeah, one thing about Nicola is he takes great satisfaction in making plays for others. He really does. I mean, I think he takes more joy in that. I don't think he cares if he scored 27 points or not. He cares that we're up 1-0. And I think everybody in that locker room realizes that, yes, we need Nicola, but, you know, Michael Porter's double-double, Jamal's double-double, Bruce is 10 and 5 off the bench. Like, this is a team. And we have some really talented players, but we need everybody in that locker room to do their jobs to try to go and get game number 2 on Sunday night.
Again, standing on the right.
Brandon Cristal from KOA here in Denver. Coach, when Highsmith hits that 3 and they cut it to 9, did you think about maybe calling a timeout, or did you want your team maybe to play through the discomfort or the tightness?
Yeah, I mean, I can't bail them out every time. You know, I mean, I called a timeout after the 8-0 run on the 3rd. I called a few in the 4th, but at some point, our guys also have to take ownership. You know, if you're going to win a championship, you need the 5 guys on the floor to step up, take accountability, and make sure we execute and get the best shot on offense and get stops defensively. And to our guys' credit, you know, they cut it, but we were able to withstand that and wind up pull away.
Left side over here in the aisle.
Nick Kosmider with The Athletic. Michael had 2 blocks, I think, early in the first half, was contesting a lot of shots. What did you just think about his activity on the defensive end tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's where it needs to be. You know, I mean, I think we're past the point of praising Michael when he has a good defensive game. He needs to, as does everybody else in our team. Like, this is the NBA Finals. So, you know, we showed one of those at halftime, Nick, where they ran a pick and roll for Jimmy Butler. Michael tried to get under, stayed in the play, and wound up blocking Jimmy from behind. So those are the plays that Michael and everybody else needs to play for us to win this series. It can't be, you know, like, hey, look at Michael Porter. He's doing a great job. That is his job. And it's Jamal's job and Pope's job and Nicola, Aaron, and everybody else that plays for us.
Second row over here on the right.
Vinny Benedetto with the Denver Gazette. Michael, this is Jamal's 4th straight game 1 with at least 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Is there something about game 1s that you think allow him to have those kind of performances?
I don't know if it's like he's even aware of that. You know, like I don't think he gets up more for game 1 than game 2. I think it speaks to us having 10 days in between games. I think that allowed us to get some quality rest mentally, physically, emotionally, and get ready for tonight. And as I said pregame, I wasn't sure what was going to happen when the game started because we had such a long break, but I'm not surprised that Jamal had the game that he had. He got us going early, made big shots late, And when you have 26 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds, that's a hell of a performance in your first game of the NBA Finals.
So final two, Ohm in the back and then here in the center.
Michael, Omi Young was like ESPN. When the Heat come back and they fight back as like they did, cutting it down to 10-9, what does that tell you about them, and what do you expect in Game 2 for you guys?
Oh, I mean, their run was to be expected. I mean, like that team is a really good team. That's the best team out of the Eastern Conference. So you're not just going to win by 20 points, and they're not going to go quietly into that good night. I mean, they're going to be there. They're going to scratch and claw to get back in the game like they did tonight. Guys made plays for them. They got stops. I thought we did a good job against their zone early in the game. I thought in that fourth quarter we got very stagnant against that zone, and it kind of bothered us a little bit. So we got to be better there. But I fully expected that, that they're a well-coached team, and they're here for a reason. So we knew they'd make a run, and what's it going to take on Sunday night? They're going to come out and try to jump all over us, and take control of the series and that game early on, and we have to be ready for that.
Last one, second row in the center.
Coach Brendan Votian, VR. Real quick, did you guys do a defensive player of the game chain tonight?
No, we did. Yeah, I gave it to Aaron Gordon. And I made the point, Brendan, that when you hold a team, the NBA Finals, to 93 points, 40 from the field, 33 from the three-point line, and only 2 free throw attempts, could have given it to the whole team tonight. I felt a lot of guys had really good defensive games, taking away that fourth quarter. So, yes, Aaron got it. I thought he did a hell of a job taking on that challenge of guarding a guy like Jimmy Butler. But I felt as a group, a collective unit, I felt that guys did a hell of a job as well.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, everybody.
Expecting Bruce Brown in here next.
Wow, never seen the room so full.
All right, we have the boom mics around the room. Take first question here on 2 on the aisle in the front.
Bruce, Coach said one of his favorite stats of tonight was Miami only took 2 free throws. What's the secret to defending without fouling and preventing Miami from getting to the line?
I don't think there's any secret. It's tough. But our game plan was trying not to foul. We know they're going to pump fake a lot. Jimmy's great at it. Gabe's been doing it. Bam's been doing it. So just trying not to get our hands in there and jump for everything.
Next question on the right side, fourth aisle, fourth row.
Robert Littal, BSO. Early in the game and actually throughout the game, when you guys were defending the pick and roll, you were switching a lot. What does it say about your team when all 5 players can kind of interchanging on defense? And was that kind of the reason that you think you held them to 42 points in the first half?
Yeah, with our second unit, we usually switch 1 through 5 because we got Jeff at the 5. It just makes it a lot easier for us in the second unit. We could be more physical, be more aggressive, and try to get stops and get out in transition.
Over here, Mike, third row.
Bruce, Malone called this a complete team win. How would you describe the defensive effort collectively? I think you guys allowed 63 points through 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was great. Everybody was on the string. Everybody knew what we were supposed to be doing. Huge shout out to Mike. I've seen a few things of him not being a great defender, but he was great for us tonight, challenging at the rim, getting blocks, and rebounding. So kudos to him.
Number 2, third row in the center.
Ryan Blackburn, Mile High Sports. Bruce, you guys had a lot of an opportunity to get ready for this game at just 9 days off. How do you think that affected you guys overall? Were you guys as physically ready as you needed to be?
Yeah, we were ready, but I was dead in the first. I'm gonna be honest, I was cramping. But I mean, you got to get used to the altitude every time we leave and come back. So I think we did a pretty good job.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. Thank you. Not me. I heard you say Mark. You might say Gordon, but I don't know. By himself, probably. Yeah. He'll give us a heads up. Yeah. Cooler beers would be great. That would be nice. Hey, Herb, where are you guys at? Got any guys residents? Where are you guys staying? That's where the BA's at. Some of them?
can do this.
expecting Jamal Murray next. Take questions. We'll start up here on the front on one, third seat in the front.
Hey, Jamal, Shane Young with Ford Sports. It seems like in every series, you guys are able to answer critical runs at the best time in the fourth quarter. What do you think it says about the team's poise to be able to do that time after time again?
Just something we've been working on. Just bouncing back after runs, timeouts, locking back in. So thought we did a good job of just executing after they went on runs.
Right here in the front.
Jamal, what do you think is the key to keep this level like all in all the series in this playoff? Like how do you keep doing this like and you don't go down in the bad moments of the team?
Because we have a big goal in mind. You can't dwell in the negative. You know, if they're playing well, you gotta just do better and be in a better mind state to do it. You can't hang your head every time out. So I thought we did a good job. You know, after timeouts, just coming in locked in. No matter what they do, just executing and playing the way we play.
Are your knees okay?
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Mike Singer, left side.
Jamal, Mike kind of struggled a little bit from the three-point line, but he impacted the game in a lot of different ways. What did you think of his night overall, and just the fact that he seems to have developed far more than just a jump shooter?
Yeah, I mean he's done amazing. Just have playing an all-around game. 12 boards, 14 points with basically only one or two threes. Getting to the rim, playing great defense, pursuing the ball. He's 6'10". He's doing more than just knocking down shots, and that's dangerous. And when he's doing that, he's helping us a lot of just being on the wing, and even if he's not shooting well, he's going to keep shooting, and we're going to keep finding him.
Vince in the middle.
Hey, Jamal, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Much was made of Jokic not taking a lot of shots early, letting everybody else work themselves into the game, but it seems like he still plays with a lot of force and aggression. I was wondering, do you see a cumulative effect? Do you see opponents wear down over the course of games and series just because of how physical he is?
That's just the way he plays the game. If the team's rolling, that's just how you play basketball. If everybody else is scoring, then there's no need to force it. He's a great passer, great at facilitating. They're digging, they're doubling, they're trying not to let him score. So he's just playing the game, and other guys are playing well. That's just the way he plays, just let the game kind of come to him. Yeah, he's a heavy guy. So he's gonna get boards and rebound the ball and just be physical down there regardless. So even if he's not shooting well or not scoring, he's still a load down there.
Again in the middle. Same row.
Tony Jones from The Athletic. Jamal, you guys, seem to have an emphasis on trying to get points in the paint, trying to get duck-ins, things with Aaron, things with Michael, not trying to let them off the hook when they're playing small. Is that something that, was kind of pre-planned coming in, or was that just something to just playing the game?
Just playing the game.
Through the offense.
Playing the game, whoever's open, whoever has the mismatch. That's just the way we play. If it's not Yoke, it's AG set the tone today. Sometimes I set the tone, sometimes K's setting the tone. It could be anybody. And I thought AG just did a good job of trying to make an adjustment early in the game to just being tough down there and just being relentless, and I think that set the tone for us to start the game.
Fourth row on the right.
Hey, Jamal, Robert Littal, BSO. You guys are known probably more for your offense, but several times in the playoffs, you've held elite scores and elite teams to under 100 points, and that doesn't really happen much in the NBA anymore. What do you take that success from, and do you feel like you guys don't get enough credit for your defense?
Yeah, I think we do a good job defensively, just flying around, being on the string, not just tonight, but all playoffs, all season. You can't be the number one seed with just offense. That's hard to do. So Yoke has great hands down there. KCP is aggressive. Bruce is one of the best defenders. AG's one of the best defenders. So we got a lot of guys. CB's we don't think he's a rookie. So we got a lot of guys that can come in and impact the game on defense and do a lot better than you think.
Back left.
Jamal Young's like ESPN. You've talked about how it doesn't matter what defenses throw you guys have been ready and handled everything, but it just seemed like tonight was a perfect example of how you guys can win games in any form or fashion. Joker only takes 5 shots going through 3 quarters. Do you feel like you guys can win games in so many different ways?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're just reading the game. If they take the pocket away, then we're looking somewhere else. If they take me away, then we're looking somewhere else. If you know what I'm saying. We're just trying to find the open man, find the best shot, find the mismatch, and I think we do that throughout the game. So it's hard to guard everybody instead of just 1 or 2 guys. We make you have to be locked in on defense throughout the game. And I think tonight was just a great example of it could be anybody's night and anybody's quarter, maybe not your quarter. So that's just Nuggets basketball.
Tim again, back left.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. They mentioned Joker's 14 assists. You had 10. Why do you think the facilitating, the distributing was so effective for you two tonight?
Just ball movement. Playing Nuggets basketball is just the way we play. I don't know. Find the open man, hit the open man, take the open shot, and I think we do a good job of just keeping the ball hopping and during our offense, it doesn't get stagnant, so it's tough to guard, like I said, everybody instead of just 1 or 2 guys, and that's why the guys are getting open shots.
Again in the back left.
Jamal, Jake Shapiro, Denver Sports. Jamal, what did you learn about Mike as a person over the last year when you spent so much time together rehabbing?
Hard worker, loves basketball, dedicated. I don't think he gets enough credit for how well he's played through, how many injuries he's been through. We were out together for a while, and just to see him bounce back every time that he's been hurt, I think it's pretty impressive. And he's only getting better. So shout out to Mike. He's done a great job just having an all-around game. Even when he's not shooting well, he's impacting the game in different ways. And we're gonna need more of that. He's done a great job, not just this game, but all year of impacting the game.
On your right, Jamal.
Mark Kitzler, Denver Post. The Heat during these playoffs had opened 3 straight series with road victories. How determined were you to protect the home court, and especially considering how hard this team worked to get home court? How much satisfaction do you take in the 9-0 record at home in the playoffs?
Have we lost game 1?
No.
Oh. I think we're doing a good job.
Second row here in the center.
Jamal, Andy Bailey with Bleacher Report. You have played over 10,000 minutes with Nikola Jokic. How did it feel to make your finals debut with him?
It was cool. Finals, Eastern Conference, first round, second round. We just want to win a championship. Doesn't matter what series. I think it's just fluent, beautiful basketball. When we're just balls hopping and we're playing off each other. You can have a great game with only 5 shots until the 4th. It's just making reads on the basketball court. I think that's what the beauty about this team is we have so many different weapons and so many different looks. Like I said, you got to guard everybody. It's Yoke dominated with until the 4th quarter, and it didn't even feel like it. So it's free flowing and it's a lot of fun.
We're going to do final 3 and 2 in the back, and then over here in the front.
Hey, Jamal in the back. Arash Madani, Sportsnet Canada. You talk about that free flowing, you talk about the team buy-in. Just how much confidence does that give you? How much confidence do you think that gives so many of the other guys on the floor when everybody's kind of bought in this way?
Yeah, a lot of confidence. We had 8 new guys come to this team at the start of the year. I thought we did a great job of just building the chemistry and continuity, how we want to play. And everybody's buying in, and you can see this paying off. If we just play the right way, everybody stay patient, you're going to get good looks, get good shots. And, you know, our core has been playing like this for years, you know, from Mike to me to Yoke. Mike, we've been doing this for a while. Our timing is great, and our pace is great. So I think it's just almost natural the way we play. In our reads, it's not stagnant offense. It's not a set offense. You know, if something else is open, we play it through. And it's nice to make reads like that during the game instead of just running a set play and trying to just go through the motions. You know what I'm saying?
Standing in the back right.
Hi, Jamal from China Migu. The Heat likes to switch up the defense, man to zone, zone to man. What kind of preparation have we been done to solve this problem pretty well tonight?
Yeah, they did a great job of just juggling up the game, zone, press, man, double, no double. You know, we knew they were going to do that. That's how they play, and that's how they win games, just be relentless in that sense. And you know, I think they had an 8-0 run to start the fourth. And, you know, we just locked back in and took care of the ball and found the best shot. You know, I think once we do that, once we play the way we play, you know, it doesn't really matter what the other team does. So a lot of the focus is on ourselves and not turning the ball over and giving them one shot.
Vinny, last question, second row.
Vinny Benedetto with the Denver Gazette. Jamal, you got going, it seemed like, with some pretty easy buckets. Do you chalk that up to the size advantage you had, or was it just Yoke finding you off cuts or something else?
No, those are sets. We're making reads. Like I said, we're just making reads. If I'm not open, somebody else is open if I cut, you know what I'm saying? So just making reads, playing basketball, and, you know, I had 9 days off, so got to show off my little left leg over there.
Thank you, Jamal. All right, yo. Aaron Gordon will be next. Thank you.
buddy. Good. Cool.
All right, we'll take questions around the room. We've got the boom mics. Please raise your hand. We'll take first question up here in the front, third seat.
Here, Shane Young with Ford Sports. Jamal was in here talking about how the offense is more read and react and just making plays off of certain sets. You think that's the beauty in your guys' offense, is that anyone can cook on any given night?
Yeah, I mean, it's equal opportunity for the most part, but we're going through big fella, you know what I mean? So big fella makes the right play, makes the right read, and he's just so smart. He's so cerebral out there, such a floor general. And Maul's a floor general too. So if you make the right read and make the right cut or set the right screen, you're going to be open, and the ball moves. The ball finds the open man. The open man is the right play, and that's how we play the game, and it's a fun way to play.
Second row in the center.
Brendan Vogt, DNVR. Aaron, coach said you got the defensive player of the game chain tonight. You talked about guarding Jimmy coming into this series, said he might be the most complete player you've guarded yet. What did you see from that matchup tonight? What allowed you to be so successful?
Well, I mean, it's really a team effort. I think the player or the defensive player of the game could have gone to Michael Porter too. He really stepped up on the defensive end. We're switching a lot. Everybody is helping. We're shrinking. We're stunting for the stunner. So it's not just a one-on-one game. I've been saying that all week. It's a team effort to slow that guy down.
Melissa, right here.
Hey, Aaron, Melissa Rowland, Fox Sports. Coach said that you don't always get the credit that you deserve. Obviously, you could be starring on another team, but instead you come here, you're playing behind Nicola, Jamal, and taking the, obviously, challenge of guarding the best guy every single night. What has that process been like for you? And do you feel like you get the credit you deserve?
I'm not here for the credit. I'm here for the wins. And playing with guys like the guys that are on this team is just a blessing. It's a beautiful opportunity to play with guys on the team that have so much talent, have so much skill, and have so much passion for the game of basketball. And that's what I've always loved. Is to play the right way of basketball, and we do that here. And it's just, I don't care if I scored 50 or 0. As long as I'm helping impact the game and we're winning.
On your right.
Your defensive, Ron Endorf in Israel today. Your defensive assignments in this playoff, people might talk about for 50 years if you pull it off. Towns, KD, LeBron, and Jimmy Butler. Do you have time to reflect on this?
Not yet. I'm definitely going to be sitting in my rocking chair when I'm 79, 90 years old, talking to my kids like, yeah, back in the day, I locked these guys up. But it's just, it's part of the game. I'm doing what my team needs me to do. And like I said, it's a team effort. It always is, It takes five guys out there to play a complete defense.
Ohm in the back left.
Aaron, Ohm Young, ESPN. This offense is so free flowing, but at the start of the game, they clearly liked your matchup and gave you the ball. It was almost like you got to play bully ball. Did that feel like your old Orlando Magic days? And is that kind of just shows that this offense can adjust to anything and find any matchup, no matter who it is? And tonight's a perfect example of you guys winning in so many different ways.
No, this is Denver Nugget basketball. It's we find a mismatch, we exploit it, and we keep going to it. I was just taking what the defense was giving me and just attacking what I felt was a mismatch.
On your right, third aisle, third row.
Aaron over here. Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Talking about taking what the defense gives you. Jamal Murray, first half, 18 points. Second half, 6 assists. Wondering what you saw from him in that regard in terms of being able to impact the game, both with his scoring and his facilitating, what that gave you in game one.
Loved his pace tonight. Just the pace that he played all night long. The tempo that he played at, controlling the game and controlling the flow of the game was great. His timely shot making and his distribution of the basketball was very important, very crucial for this win.
All the way in the back onto the camera.
Jake Shapiro, Denver Sports. Aaron, what does it take to be a good defender in this league, and how is Michael Porter Jr. advancing towards that?
Well, you got to want it, first and foremost. You know, a lot of guys don't really care about the defensive side of the floor. So just effort, the want, the energy, that's where it starts. And then after that, it takes, you know, knowing the personnel, and then it takes technique. Oh, most definitely. Mike played an incredible game tonight. You know, just so well-rounded and so balanced, affected the game in so many different areas. And he's just getting better and better on the defensive end.
Vinny in the middle.
Hey, Aaron. Vince Gill, Yahoo Sports. Nikola didn't take a lot of shots, at least not until the fourth quarter, but it seemed like he played with a lot of force and physicality. Is that something that you've always known about him? Is that something that you guys feed off of? Is that kind of like an underrated sort of quality to his game, how physical he is and how much that can wear an opponent down?
Oh, most definitely. He's a force down there, and he's just he's more athletic than people give him credit for, and he just has a ridiculous motor. You know, he has a motor that just doesn't quit. So it's tough guarding a guy like that.
Third row here on the aisle.
Alicia Jessup, Rolling Sports. Aaron, incredible performance tonight. The Nuggets have been an NBA team since 1976. This is the team's first game in the NBA Finals. What did you think of the crowd?
It was awesome. The crowd was super cool tonight. It was just like it was beautiful. You know, I took a moment during the national anthem. I was like, wow, this is really the NBA Finals, and it's really, really cool. The crowd was in it from the start, give us that extra juice, and they've been awesome all year, and they just turned it up another notch.
Front row on your right.
104.3 The Fan. I remember you saying Christmas night was the most fun game of the year, having that conversation. It really did look like you guys were having fun out there, and I'm wondering if tonight topped that and how you felt when the game was really coming to you in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's just an exciting brand of basketball. It's a lot of fun out there just to be battling with my guys. Yeah, winning is always fun too.
Was it a little bit more even fun than you expected it to be once it started rolling?
No, I think I was pretty prepared. I was really excited, but it was very fun out there.
Right here in the front.
Everyone told that you have a great night in defense, but you had the first quarter, the first half in offensive too. So when Van go out from the ring and go to get the defense to Jokic, did you see your opportunity to make your impact in the offense tonight? Someone told you something, or you just see it by yourself?
No, just taking advantage of my physicality out there. Yeah, like I said, just taking what the defense was giving me, and just trying to put my head down and get to the cup, avoid charges, and just really set the tone for our team.
Got final three, Mike, and then two in the back.
Mike Singer, Denver Post. AG, was there a concerted effort to impose your size, given that Miami is a smaller team and you and Mike have pretty distinct advantages with your size and strength?
Most definitely. You got to play to your advantages at this time of year, and all the time. So I was just looking to play to my advantages.
Next question on the left side.
Harrison Wynn, DNVR. Aaron, you guys looked incredibly poised in that first quarter. Most of you haven't been to the finals before. Most of you haven't played on this stage. Why do you think you've been able to hold your poise so well tonight and throughout the entire playoffs when the lights are at their brightest?
Well, I think it's a standard that we hold ourselves to and that we have held ourselves to all year long. We've been building habits day in and day out. So you get to a game like this, biggest stage in basketball, you let your standard of play and you let your habits carry you. And, we don't want to change too much.
we want to go back to the film and look where we can get better. And if we're looking to improve, I think we're in a good place.
Last question, standing in the back.
Bit of a two-parter. First of all, Aaron, Jamal had two kind of standstill dunks in the first quarter. What did you think about those?
I know, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, my man got Vertimax, man. I did not think he was going to dunk them, but Jamal's like a sleepy athlete. He will dunk you for real. That was crazy. It was like, I'll vert.
And then second part, just when he's that engaged, I mean, what do you think he's kind of just proven this entire season and his postseason specifically, coming back the way he has from the injury?
Well, Blue Arrow, one of the best guards in the league, and one of the best scorers in the league. He has a way about him. He has a discipline about him that when he's locked in, when he's engaged, he's up there with the best players in the world.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll take questions around the room. First question, back right. Chris?
Chris Thomas in Denver Gazette. First finals game in Nuggets history, obviously your first final game. What was your emotions out there and everything like that?
Where is the guy who's talking?
Right here.
Back right.
Uh-huh. Thank you, my friend.
And I've been to Serbia, Belgrade, Kalemegdan Castle. You know that? Belgrade?
It was, to be honest, I couldn't wait to start just because when the game started, it felt normal. Everything else didn't felt normal. The whole media day yesterday or the day before, it was, I think it's, people are making something bigger than it is, and when the game started, I felt really comfortable.
On the right, Ramona, third row.
You obviously ended up finishing with plenty of shots and points and all that, but in the first half, it took a while to take a shot, and I think you had 3 at halftime. I know that's not unusual for you, but is that just reading and reacting to what the defense is giving you, or is there any?
Yes, exactly. I don't force it. I never force it. I think it was, a couple guys had to get it going. AG was playing really good, and we had advantage there, and I just take whatever gives me.
Again, on your right, Brandon, standing.
Hey, Nicola, Brandon Cristal, KOA here in Denver. Did they do anything defensively that, I don't want to say surprised you, but with the way they mix things up, what do you think of how they, approach their defense?
That's what they're doing. That's why they're great, and they're really intelligent. They're really, everybody knows what they're doing, and that's a hard team to beat because they keep playing the same way the whole game, and they're really, really smart about it, how they're doing it.
Standing in the back left, Ohm.
Nicola, Ohm Youngmasuk, ESPN. Michael Malone said before the game that he quizzed you guys this morning. Do you like these quizzes, and how do you guys think you guys did as far as passing the test?
He didn't ask me nothing, so I don't know. I think we did a good job. You know, the guys were focused and how it's supposed to be, and we were really focused and locked into the game.
Next question, Melissa, standing in the back again.
Hey, Nicola, over here. How much does Aaron Gordon complement your game?
I like to play with him. I love to play with some I'm gonna say dominant big men, if that make any sense. But he's really the best thing that he did is accepting his role, and he's really doing a great job of that. And like today, he got it going. We were just keep getting him the ball, and he was really good in the paint today. You know, he's our best defender probably with KCP, and you know, just to play defense the whole game on the best player. I think that's really hard to do.
Tim, standing on the left side in the back.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. How do you think your teammates enhance your passing ability with whether it's Gordon cutting or the two-man game with Jamal, just them playing off of you?
I mean, we are playing that way. I'm playing with Jamal that way a long time ago, and I think everybody kind of. I think they like it, but just because they're touching the ball, you know, it's not like you just catch and I think they have opportunity to touch the ball, to do something with it, to take advantage, you know, create a good advantage, and I think we are playing a really nice brand of basketball.
Third row on your right, Dan.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Nicola, you had mentioned sort of taking what the defense gives you, playing that off those reads. Jamal in the first half, much more looking for his shot. Second half, more facilitating. Wondering what you saw from him in terms of the way he read the game. He got into his facilitation late.
I mean, he had a couple of mid-range shots. I think he's supposed to make that. He's shooting the ball really well, and we all want him to shoot that kind of shots. He's really good at mid-range. He's really good at threes too. But I mean, as long as he's, I think he's playing the whole playoff. He's playing really well and creating for himself and for his teammates really nice looks.
Third row on this side, Mike.
Mike Singer, Denver Post. Nicola, you just said you guys were playing a beautiful brand of basketball, a great brand of basketball. How much pride do you take in the fact that everybody has kind of followed your lead in playing selfless basketball and moving the ball and you know, finding the open guy, that they have all kind of followed the tone that you've set?
I didn't say that. I said that we're playing good brand of basketball, not beautiful and not great. I mean, it's. That's how I learned to play basketball, and I think it's really nice to play when, and it's really hard to guard when you don't know who's gonna attack and how to defend. You know, when everybody's moving, everybody's doing something. So I think it's a really nice brand of basketball that we have, and everybody buying. So I'm not sure that I did that for us or whatever, but I think everybody contributed and everybody accepted it.
Front right.
Nicola Ronendorf in Israel today. Do you ever give a speech today or during the playoff? Do you ever speak to the team like a locker room speech?
I mean, no. I mean, we have veterans that are doing a really good job, and they're really pointing the main things. And if you listen to them, it's really smart what they're saying.
Do final three right here on the aisle and then towards the back.
Nicola, Jamal said earlier that the team doesn't look at Christian Brown as a first-year player. Why doesn't the team look at him as a rookie?
I mean, that's a really good. I say comparison, sentence about him. Just really good actually, and I agree with that. Just because he's everything what he's doing, it's aggressive, defensively, offensively. He's a champion. He won a couple things before coming here, so he knows what to do, and that's a really good sentence. We don't look him as a rookie.
Next row back on the aisle.
Joseph Cachorro, the scorer. Nikolai, I might be wrong, but when you walked in here and sat down and looked at the box score, it looked like you were surprised by something, or you kind of gave a face like you were surprised at something you saw on the box score, and I was just wondering what that was.
Mike was 2 for 11, and I thought he made like 7 threes. Crazy.
Fourth row back, second seat. Last question.
Katie Wingy, Altitude TV. Hey, Nicola. Speaking of Mike, he finished with 12 rebounds tonight. I'm just curious how you've seen him implement rebounding a little bit more into his game and how that's impacted you guys.
I mean, that's going to help us, especially the way how they're attacking the glass. Bam, Jimmy, and to be honest, everybody, even Kelly Martin, even Lowry is always hanging out and to try to steal some rebounds. But just his big body, and he can help us on the glass, both sides.
Great. Thank you, Nicola.
Pleasure like always, guys.
That's it for the night. Thank you. Thank you. Great work. Good job.